Hello everyone, and welcome to Saturday's show at the Wacky Bookshelf. For those new here, this channel is all about books you didn't know about. If you are a returning subscriber, we thank your continuous support for checking out our latest additions to the Bookshelf channel. We try to support a community of eager readers who invest their time into books, and we are always open to new suggestions. If you are interested in finding this video's book and others, they are linked in the description below. Please leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for important content. Your support is appreciated by all of us at the Wacky Bookshelf. Thank you. And now, on to today's book.
Love Letter to America is a non-fiction book written by Yuri Bezmenov, a former KGB agent who defected to the West in the late 1970s. The book is a collection of Bezmenov's essays, lectures, and interviews in which he provides a unique insight into the Soviet propaganda machine, the methods used by the KGB to subvert the West, and the dangers of ideological subversion. Love Letter to America is a chilling account of the ways in which the Soviet Union sought to subvert the West, particularly the United States during the Cold War. Bezmenov, who worked as a journalist and propagandist for the KGB before defecting to Canada in 1970, draws upon his experiences and his knowledge of Soviet propaganda techniques to provide a clear and concise analysis of the Soviet threat. The book is divided into 4 main parts, each of which focuses on a different aspect of Soviet subversion. In the first part, Bezmenov provides an overview of Soviet propaganda techniques, explaining how the KGB sought to manipulate public opinion in the West through the use of disinformation, demoralization, and destabilization. In the second part, Bezmenov discusses the role of the media in Soviet propaganda. He argues that the media is a key component of the propaganda machine, and that the KGB sought to infiltrate and manipulate the media in order to spread its message. In the third part, Bezmenov examines the role of the education system in Soviet propaganda. He argues that the KGB sought to use the education system to indoctrinate young people with Marxist ideology and to promote a sense of moral relativism that would undermine traditional values and beliefs. Finally, in the fourth part of the book, Bezmenov discusses the dangers of ideological subversion and the need for the West to recognize and resist the Soviet threat. He argues that the KGB's ultimate goal was to undermine the moral and intellectual foundations of Western society in order to pave the way for a communist takeover. Throughout the book, Bezmenov provides numerous examples of Soviet propaganda and subversion, and he draws upon his own experiences to illustrate the effectiveness of Soviet techniques. He also provides a detailed analysis of the Soviet system of indoctrination, and he offers practical advice on how to resist Soviet propaganda. One of the strengths of Love Letter to America is Bezmenov's ability to connect the dots between seemingly unrelated events and trends. He shows how Soviet propaganda techniques were used to influence everything from popular culture to foreign policy, and he demonstrates how the KGB sought to create a climate of fear and confusion in the West. Another strength of the book is Bezmenov's ability to provide a clear and concise analysis of Soviet propaganda techniques. He explains complex concepts in a way that is easy to understand, and he provides numerous examples to illustrate his points. In terms of weaknesses, Love Letter to America can be a bit repetitive at times. Bezmenov tends to hammer home the same points over and over again, which can be a bit tedious. Additionally, the book can be a bit dated, as it was written in the late 1980s, and some of Bezmenov's predictions about the collapse of the Soviet Union did not come to pass. In conclusion, Love Letter to America is a fascinating and insightful book that provides a unique perspective on the Soviet threat. Bezmenov's analysis of Soviet propaganda techniques is both illuminating and alarming, and his warnings about the dangers of ideological subversion are as relevant today as they were when the book was first published.
And that concludes Saturday's Wacky Book Summary. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed this content, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. This book and many more can be found below in the description. You can support our community by engaging in the comments section and share if you think others would enjoy this content as well. Thank you again for visiting the channel, and we will see you around soon.